Is astrology really just bullshit? Or is it for real? What is astrology? And what can it do for me? Why should I even bother to learn about astrology? Since we live here in the material world, we're taught to only believe what we can see, what we can feel, and what we can touch. So in that case, if you don't know anything about it, it's got to be a bunch of bullshit, right? What is astrology anyway? I'm not making this video to convince you about astrology, to convince you of whether it's real or not. I'm just going to take a look at what is astrology, how is astrology reflected in our society. The definition of astrology that I found was that it's the positions and movements of the planets and stars up above as it's reflected down to earth from the heavens. What kind of proof could there be that astrology is real or not? Well, let's think about things that could be clues as to whether astrology is real or it's just a bunch of hogwash baloney. What about the calendar and the days of the week? Where do we get our calendar from, and why are days of the week called by certain names? So take, for instance, Sunday, the day of the sun. Monday, moon day, the day of the moon. What about a full moon? Everyone knows the full moon. People are lunatics. Lunatics on the full moon. What's a lunatic? Well, lunatic's a crazy person, right? But lunatic, the root of that word is lunar. Lunar meaning the moon. We've got astrology around us all the time by the days of the week and the moon. And what about some of the words we use? What about the word hygiene? Where in the heck did that come from, hygiene? Well, we all know hygiene, if you're not clean, basically if you don't bathe regularly, shower regularly, you're going to become ill because you're dirty and you're not going to be, healthy. So the word hygiene actually comes from the asteroid called Hygeia. Hygeia is, in Greek mythology, Greek goddess, also known in the Roman times. Roman mythology, Hygeia, the goddess of health and hygiene. Another word, chiropractor. A lot of us know a chiropractor. The definition of chiropractor is the hands-on movement of the bone structure of the body to improve the function of the joints. A lot of people use chiropractic for healing of back and neck pain or different parts of the body. The word chiropractor, where does that come from? Well, an asteroid is Chiron. Chiropractor comes from the asteroid Chiron. So astrology is all around us. Is astrology for real, or is it just a bunch of bullshit? Well, what about the scientist Galileo? Galileo is known for his work in astronomy, in physics, and math. Galileo lived from the mid-1500s till the mid-1600s, and he was born during the time that was before Western medicine. And even Galileo, a man that built his whole career on science of proven facts, physics and math and astronomy of things, material things that you could see, proven facts. Even he asked the question, is there something more than just what's going on meets the eye? Is there something esoteric about the planets? There could be something more. He was getting onto the fact of astrology. Even Galileo asked, is astrology real, or is it just bullshit? Galileo actually believed in astrology. He practiced medical astrology in the 1600s, before Western medicine came in, before pharmaceuticals and drugs and everything we know today in the medical field, the mainstream medical field. Galileo practiced medical astrology. Galileo wasn't the only scientist that believed in astrology. Actually, Kepler and Hippocrates, they all practiced astrology. And back to the calendar and the days of the week. Now, how did the days of the week come into existence? As I mentioned earlier, the sun for Sunday, the moon for Monday, Mars for Tuesday, Mercury for Wednesday, Jupiter for Thursday, and Venus for Friday, Saturn for Saturday. The 7 planets that were known at the time, this was like 2000, the year 2000 BC, only those 7 planets could be seen. 7 planets were ruling those days of the week. After the fact, they discovered Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. This is old school, traditional astrology. The planets ruling the days of the week and making the calendar, naming the calendar after the planets, and having the influence of each planet ruling that day and influencing that day. Now let's get into how to use the days of the week and the planets, each day of the week, and how that can benefit you in learning the traits of those planets and the effect on that day and on what you have planned. If we look at the days of the week, names of the days, the planets associated with each day, the signs associated with each day, we can actually use days of the week for general planning. This is how it was actually done before it became more complex with birth charts and with getting into each person natal chart and what you're born with the placement of each planet all throughout your chart. This is just general 7 days of the week, 7 planets, and the signs, and giving you techniques, using it for general planning to know when is the best to initiate certain things in your life, certain endeavors, which days are better than others. And this is just really interesting to look at before we make our decision of whether astrology is just a bunch of bullshit or if there is some truth to it and some benefit to astrology. And we're going to break it down starting with Sunday. Sunday, day of the sun, and the sun rules Leo, the sign of Leo. The sign of Leo, and you look at the energy of that planet and the sign it's in for that day. So on Sunday, some of the traits of Leo, that day has that feel and those energies that you can tap into to benefit for that day. So for instance, Leo is the sun, the lion, so it's like the king or queen, you know, very regal, very royal. Sundays are generally, as we all know, it's usually a day of rest. And if you picture like the Leo, the king or queen is resting up and collecting energy and resting and becoming resilient and thinking about what they're going to do during the week, planning it in their mind. And it's a great day to contemplate and figure out their next move for the upcoming week. And generally Sunday is regarded as whatever you're planning, you can think it over, well thought out during the day, and whatever you plan, the myth and the legend of Leo and the sun ruling a Sunday is that you're likely to succeed whatever you're planning out. So that is for Sunday. Now for Monday, Monday is Moon Day. The moon rules the sign of Cancer. So the traits of Monday would be nurturing, very emotional, using instinct. You know, anything with the moon is instinct, feelings, going within. Moon is a water sign. It's changeable. It's fluid. So it's good on a Monday for nurturing and using your instincts. Anything with the moon traits. And Pisces also is a water sign, very moon-like, very emotional, similar to Cancer. So for Monday, ruling the moon, Cancer and Pisces. Tuesday is Mars, planet Mars. Planet Mars rules Aries. And Aries, as you probably know, is very assertive, very take charge, energetic, courageous, action, wants to take action now. Tuesdays are traditionally a good day to take the initiative, good for gumption and strength and being a leader. And so if you're looking for compromise, things like that, that's not generally good on a Tuesday traditionally for Mars energy. Anything that requires compromising and tact, save that for another day. And also Scorpio. Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Mars. Scorpio, they're aggressive and assertive too. They don't think, they just go for what they want, just like Aries. That's for Tuesday. Wednesday is Mercury. And Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. And both Gemini and Virgo are rational thinkers, quick-witted, clever for Gemini. Virgo, they analyze things, they're discerning. These are both communicative and decision-making types of signs. So anything to communicate, and when you're meeting with someone, that's generally a good day for meetings and communication. So that's for Wednesday. Thursday, Jupiter Day. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. And Jupiter, anything Jupiter does is big. Expansion, reaching high ideals, high principles, high morals, just and fair, expanding horizons. So Jupiter Thursdays, it's a good day for travel, education, spiritual pursuits, learning, philosophy. It's actually a great day to begin a project for expansion. Anything that you're looking to prosper, something prosperous. Well, Thursday, the day of Jupiter, is a great day for that. Friday is Venus Day. Venus is the ruler of Taurus and Libra. And Taurus and Libra, Venus, it rules love, money, possessions, and harmony, fairness. Libra is very graceful, charming, and social. Taurus, food and drinks and enjoyment of life. Venus rules love, so it's a great day for romance, actually for parties and weddings, and a great day to get a makeover, get your hair done, your nails done, shop for new clothes, anything like mediation, like if you need a mediator, that's a good day to meet with them. Parties and social events. So that's Friday. The last day of the week, Saturday, Saturn Day. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn and also the traditional ruler of Aquarius. With planet Saturn, old man Saturn, they say this is a day of commitments, responsibility. Capricorn, they're serious, to get down to business. Business before pleasure is their motto. Restriction and delay, setting boundaries, structures for success, making sure that everything is done on the up and up, realistic and practical approach. So it's good to start something that you're looking to stand the test of time. So those are basically the 7 days of the week, the best ideal situation. So whether you believe in astrology or not, that's up to you. This is a world of freedom and sovereignty. Is it true or not? Do we believe in it or not? And that's up to each of us to decide. But it's really fun to look at, where did astrology come from? Is there something greater than just the material world? And how Do the planets and the solar system affect our lives, and do they affect us on an esoteric level? And it's very interesting when you think about planets, the signs, and the words we use in the English language, and where we get those words. Where do we get our days of the week? So it's very interesting to look at. And thank you very much for watching. Let me know down below any comments you have about whether you believe in astrology or not. And thank you for watching. See you next time.